Welcome back to Capybara Go, guys, and we're back with another tier list. This time it's artifacts. Those things are weird and need some explanation, so I hope I will be able to help you out and guide you through all that. Once again, before we start, this is all very subjective, my opinion, and you might not agree with that, and that should be tuned to your build. Moreover, you should tune your likes and subscribes to this video high enough to promote it in YouTube algorithm. That will help out a lot to grow the channel and get more videos out for you. Now, with that said, let's move on to the artifacts. Those things are hard because you only get them from the KP gacha and you can't get any of them. They appear one after another every cycle of artifacts. So in order to get the Nether blade, you will have to go through 7 cycles of artifacts, which will take forever. So tier list is great, but honestly, I would advise to get in the artifacts if you can get them during this weekend, if you already have the basic advanced mounts or something, because some of those are really nice. You need at least one, let's put it like that. So let's get into it. The first one is Demonic Eye. This is the first artifact available for you, and it's actually one of the best ones because its bonuses are pretty cool. First of all, that percentage of enemies max HP as a damage, which is great, especially later on when enemies are tough, and it can be triggered on combo or counter. I don't know the exact chance. If you know that, share it down below in the comments. We can add it to the wiki as well. But right now it's unknown, but 1.5% on attack randomly is great. Moreover, it has a 50% chance to reduce the target's HP recovery by 90%, which is really useful against enemies that are regenerating, vampires, and other annoying fellas that cannot be beaten without that, or it will require immense amount of luck. So if it triggers properly, it will help you out a lot. So if you are encountering vampire and you have Demonic Eye artifact, work on your combos and counters, and that should make things easier. Percentage of damage will help as well. So I advise you guys to start with this artifact, and I use it as well as my main artifact, main, and this will be S tier. Honestly, one of the best ones over here, universal for most builds. Yeah, before we move on to another one, the effects, the passive effects of artifacts, they are weird. So if mounts give you active bonuses like extra counter, extra combo, extra damage, that kind of stuff, those things ignore counter rate, ignore combo rate. So what do? They lower that stat on the enemy, so they give you more survivability. Some of these can be useful only in the PvP, but most of those can be useful during specific enemies in the adventure. So counter rate works against the paladin, that counters all your attack and takes you out, and so on. So you know how it works. Passive effects from artifacts, I don't think they are that valuable. They are good, they help, but here we would like to focus mostly on their skills. Although even here, you would like to get as many artifacts as possible before investing into one specific artifact, because the bonuses, they don't grow that much and it takes a lot of time to build them up, and you would like to be really sure that you build in the right one that you will use. So yeah, with that said, let's move on to the Thundercloud. This one triggers Spear of Thor every 6 bolts. That deals 100% of attack to all enemies and also increase skill damage they take by 40% for 3 rounds. I really like this skill, but it might be even better than Demonic Eye in terms of the pure DPS, because this one has to trigger if you use the bolt build. Like for Whisper, you can get the dagger bolt, for example, that will pretty much make this trigger every turn, maybe a couple times per turn, which will make it trigger every turn, maybe a couple times per turn. And if you main Reaper, for example, Reaper's Staff, this should be your go-to artifact. So depending on your build, what's your main damage source, you would like to main that artifact. Demonic Eye is an exception though. So yeah, Spear of Thor is really great. I like that. It gives you pretty decent skill damage bonus and damage itself, and ignores combo rate, which is not really that scary on the enemies. So yeah, we will put it, they're all S tier. To be honest, like we will see, but most of them are S tier. This one is not so universal as the demonic eye, but if you use the bolt build, that will be like top 1 artifact for you, obviously. Next one is demon sword, and now this one is unique because it requires you to throw 5 light spears, and then you will get 500% attack damage to all enemies. If you use light spears, I don't know why, if you do, that might work for you. Otherwise, it's not that great. It doesn't give you any bonuses, it just gives you a bit more damage. And ignore crit rate is good though. A lot of enemies, they won't do that many crits. Do they actually do crit? I'm not sure if the enemies actually crit. So it may be better for the PvP, but in PvP you don't want light spears, so I think this is a bad one. I'll put it to, I don't know, D tier. It doesn't matter. We won't have that many tiers here. We can get good, not good here. So yeah, sorry about that. This is hard. Next one is Heaven's Mark. This one is interesting. Sword Chi triggers release 1 unrivaled Sword Chi dealing 500% attack damage. And ignore enemy combo rate. Debatable. This may be good for the Sword Splitter build because it gives you additional Sword Chi with extra damage, which is great. But you might have better results with the Demonic Eye. Although, like, if your main weapon is Sky Splitter and you really want to go with Sword Chi throughout the game, that should be better. So, once again, I'll put it to the A tier. We can get more tiers now, right? It's good, not as good as S tier, it's not that universal. Those can be used for multiple builds, like dagger builds, whatever, you can get bolts easier. Sword Chi is totally different thing. Getting 4 Sword Chis isn't that easy, and they are not that useful, so A tier right here. Right, we are getting somewhere. Next one is Wrath Axe. This one is strange. For the skill build, basically, every time skill is triggered 8 times, unleash Divine Punishment, dealing 500% bolt attack damage. Out of nowhere, it's not doing skill attack damage, it's using bolt attack damage, so lightning, basically. Which probably is a skill, I have no idea, but this is for the skill build, basically. If you use a lot of skills, that will allow you to do more damage to the enemies. And it's not only the bolt, like the Spear of Thor, works with all the skills. So if your skills are different, might work for you. Very unique. I don't know, let's put it to the A tier as well. All of those artifacts are so narrow use that I really find the Demonic Eye to be the most universal, because you can use it in all the situations and don't worry about that, right? What's really cool about the Wrath Axe, that it also gives you global HP percentage over here, and you don't need to equip it to get that bonus once you unlock it, and that increases survivability. So that's why this one is not on the B tier but on the A tier. Passive bonuses are really cool. So next one is Leviathan. For every 4 fire strikes, yeah, summon Leviathan Flame, dealing 100% fire attack damage. Leviathan Flame is also inflicted for 2 rounds, dealing damage equal to 3% of target's max HP per round. Now, this is interesting. That theoretically might make Fire Strike build, like Fire build, a viable option, because that will give you more fire attack, but most importantly, the debuff over here that will lower enemy percentage of max HP as a damage. So that's like what? Yeah, 3% of target's max HP per round. If we take for 30 rounds, that will be like 90% of enemies' HP. So probably if they don't heal, that might work. I wouldn't say it's reliable though. It's very situational. A tier as well. Pretty cool. I don't know, let's put it to the B tier. This is weird. Not many people use the fire build. It's fallen down so much in the late game and requires specific skills to be used to work, so I wouldn't say it's great. Also, ignore crit rate is strange as well. So yeah, let's leave it at the B tier. And now we move on to the Nether Blade. Now, as a Whisperer player, I thought that this one is really great. First of all, it's great, obviously, because global attack percentage. 10% of global attack is fantastic. It's quite a good DPS bonus. But it's the last artifact, so by the time you will unlock it, you will pretty much will be in the new world, probably around chapter, I don't know, 100 or so. I have no idea. It takes a while. So for me right now, I just unlocked, I think, Demon Sword, and I'm at chapter 85. So a long time to go, but the bonus here is cool. For every 5 daggers fired, launch 1 to 5 nether blades, dealing 100% dagger attack damage and poisoning the enemy. So, sounds pretty cool, right? Yeah. The drawback here, that poison can't really get that many stacks. 5 stacks maximum. So you can use this in order to get 5 poison stacks and get the bonus poison attack on the enemy skill without getting the poison skills, right? If you're using the Whisper build or any dagger build, that should trigger pretty often. 5 daggers isn't that much, so pretty much every turn or every several times per turn, maybe, I don't know. And daggers will deal more dagger damage, so you will shoot a lot of daggers. I'm not sure if nether blades actually use the dagger skill, so do they give you rage or something? Hard to say, but potentially that might be really good for the dagger build. Especially if you can utilize the poison somehow. It doesn't give you that much damage anyway, so it's not that fantastic, but the extra nether blades are nice. So I personally put it to the A tier. Not as good as those things, but still pretty great because of the attack bonus. And if you use daggers, that's pretty decent active skill. So, debatable. So yeah, those are the tiers for the weapon. Oh my god. Sorry about that. So yeah, those are the tiers for the artifacts. This is really sad that the demon sword ended up in the D tier. Let's put it to the C tier so it won't be that sad. But yeah, in any case, that's it. And we have the last artifact, the main one, which is honestly the S tier. It doesn't matter because you have it unlocked anyway, and as you guys know, here you can upgrade it anytime. You don't need to wait till some build event for this because there is none, and it gives you passive bonuses. So make sure that you get the artifact and actually activate the skill, use skill, otherwise it will not work. So yeah, that's important. And you can also click the preview to see how the skill will evolve as you build up that artifact, and that will give you some insights into if you want to build it or not. So you will get both passive effects growth and the active skill growth as well. I'm not sure if you will get the bonuses every star or only at the full upgrade. Let me know in the comments about that if you know that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, guys, that's everything I can tell you about the artifacts tier list right now. Let me know how do you like the video, and if you want more guides on Capybara Go, let me know in the comments which ones do you want. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That will help me to create more videos for you and like higher quality stuff. Check out the video description and the pinned comment for the playlist with the rest of the videos, wiki, my Discord, and LD players who can play this on the PC like I do over here. Really. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. It's been Kosh. Have a good one. Bye.